Monster Jam have announced the 2025 lineup of trucks and drivers as it stands. Today we're going to go through the top 10 things that you need to know. Number 10, we're going to go straight through the driver lineup to start with. Arena Championship Series West will feature Weston Anderson, Ashley Samford, Cody Saucier, Brianna Mahan, Berto Trevino, Joe Uri, Devin Winfield and Tim Hall Jr. Joe Uri is an interesting one as he went away from Team Fell during COVID, having driven for Zombie. He then went to Triple B and now is part of Team Throttle Monster, joining Tim Hall Jr., who debuted this awesome new-looking Jurassic Attack recently, which I personally hope is the one that will run on the track. Arena Championship Series Central will feature Matt Cody, Fernando Martinez, Jamie Sullivan, Angelina Nock, John Zimmer Sr., John Zimmer Jr., Triton Robbins, and Montana Robbins. We are going to talk more about some of these teams in a little bit, but exciting to see some of these names on the list for sure. We then move to Arena Championship Series East, which will feature Kristen Anderson, Tony Oakes, MJ Solorio, Michaela Toluchka, Brandon Toluchka, Mark Hall, and Kurt Kramer. There is also somebody to be decided driving Monster Mutt Dalmatian there. Once again, I think this will be a hard-fought battle between Kristen and Tony. We then move to Stadium Championship Series East. We have Tyler Menninger, Cynthia Gauthier, Armando Castro, Barry Musawa, Colt Stevens, Camden Murphy, Kevin Crocker, Jim Kohler, Chris Kohler, Joe Foley, Mike Christensen, and Dalton Widener. This is a really fun looking lineup and I'm excited for this Stadium Series. Again, we're going to talk more about some of the people in this lineup in just a little bit, but it could well be another Tyler Menninger win here. Finally, Stadium Championship Series West sees Adam Anderson take on Kayla Blood, Tristan England, Ryan Anderson, Todd LeDuc, Jamie Garner, Bryce Kenny, Zach Garner, Cole Vernard, Matt Pagliarulo, Nick Pagliarulo, and Michael Pagliarulo. 3 of them now on tour together. Once again, we will talk more about these drivers and some of the trucks that they're going to be running just a little bit later on in the video. But for now, we're going to move on to number 9. Number 9 is going to be about Matt Cody over on Arena Series Central. He is joining it full time, having covered quite a bit towards the end of last season. That leaves the door open for a Gravedigger driver internationally, which I hope is filled by Charlie Porkin. This is speculation and hopes and dreams, but wouldn't it be awesome to have Charlie back in Gravedigger full time? Number 8 sees us back with Arena Series Central and Jamie Sullivan, who is going to be driving Sparkle Smash. This follows a similar pattern with other trucks like Thunder Roarers, for example, where there's one on the stadiums and one in the arenas. Sparkle Smash, obviously driven by Kayla Blood, debuted at the World Finals and has been touring around recently, will now be joined by another. In at number 7, and it's the trucks that we are missing this year, and independent specifically, Bad Company will not be competing this year on any tour with Monster Jam, which is a real shame, I think, because Bad Company looked really cool and was always a top contender. Ryan Disharoon in Shaker is also missing, which is a real shame, but there is rumour that he wants to just drive independent shows for a bit, so fair enough. We also are missing Stone Crusher, no room for that this year, which again is a little bit of a shame because Alex Bardin showed real potential. You never know, maybe he's going to drive Dalmatian going forwards. And finally, the biggest one that's missing for me is David Alford. He came 3rd in the Monster Jam World Finals racing. He was the last chance qualifier. He went through to the main field and made a name for himself there. It's a shame to not have him this year. Number 6, and it's Team Scream that's getting a bit of a shake-up. Corey Rummel put out a post earlier in the week at the time of recording this to say that he is no longer going to be driving monster trucks for now. He's not fully retired, but he's out of the game for now to focus on his own business, and best of luck to him. He is going to be replaced now on Team Scream by Kevin Crocker, who has driven many trucks over the years. Joe Foley will no longer be driving El Toro Loco, which I think is a bit of a shame because he really came into his own, gained himself the nickname Freestyle Foley or Joey Freestyle or whatever you want to call him, but he is now back in Axe, his own truck, his own identity. But I think it's a bit of a shame that he's no longer in El Toro Loco. I really hope the spotlight isn't lifted from him. Down to number 5, and we're going to spotlight Team Tom Foolery Motorsports. Of course, Jester and Kraken have been competing for years on Monster Jam, but Michael Pagliarulo started to fill in for Nick while Nick went and had child or something like that last year. Excalibur is coming to stadiums full time for the first time in years, and I'm so excited for this. It is a very cool truck and one that deserves the spotlight a little bit more than it has done. It's only done summer shows recently. It's back now. Number 4 sees a return and a debut full-time for Plain Crazy and Crazy Train. Plain Crazy, they make their full-time Monster Jam debut, having done a couple of summer shows this year. Montana Robbins is joined, of course, by Triton, his brother, in Crazy Train, who last competed, we believe, in 2017 on Monster Jam. Triton managed to get some event wins earlier in the year in the summer shows, which was incredible work from him. Should be a main player. Number 3 on the list, and it's who's moving to stadiums after winning World Finals racing. The one and only Zach Garner returns to stadiums, having done a short stint in the 2021 COVID season of Monster Jam. This means that all of Team Overboard Motorsports will be competing together for the first time in ages over on the Stadium Series, which is fantastic to see. Of course, Jamie Garner riding in El Toro Loco. Speaking of which, Armando Castro, coming off of his hometown World Finals win in two-wheel skills, will be making his debut in the stadiums at long last. It has been deserved for many years, and finally, he's got the call up. We wish him the best of luck. Finally, Dalton Widener brings Jurassic Attack back to stadiums. That's exciting news, hasn't been seen in the stadium since 2022, where I saw it in Atlanta for the very first time, me watching Monster Jam in fact. But Jurassic Attack, Dalton Widener was consistent last year, very, very good, got the gift of a World Finals bid. He truly didn't disappoint at World Finals, one of the best freestyle runs of that day. Now down to number 2, and we're talking about the debut and returns for Team Send It Motorsports. Of course, both of these drivers, both Zimmers, have been in Monster Jam before. They've both competed before, but not as their own independent team. Terminal Velocity will be once again run by John Zimmer Jr., which is excellent news, and he has a genuine shot at winning his series. We wish him the best of luck. His dad, John Zimmer Sr., would usually be driving Uproar, but for this season at Monster Jam, he won't be. He will be driving Zombie. It will be his chassis with the zombie body, similar to what we see with other independent drivers. It is a shame because I like Uproar, but we wish him the best of luck as part of Zombie Nation. Finally, number 1, and I think the biggest shock to us all, is that Camden Murphy and Bryce Kenny have their trucks to be arranged. Now, if that means that there is no Bakugan Dragonoid or Mohawk Warrior, I will be somewhat upset. 2 of my favourite trucks in Monster Jam, and both of them aren't appearing on the lineup. There is also so far no mention of the Marvel trucks. We know that Camden Murphy is driving Spider-Man this autumn, or this fall if you're in America. However, Mohawk Warrior, this is an interesting one for me. Both of these drivers are on alternate tours, they are not together, and that makes me think that we're in a Thunder Roar situation where we will have a brand new scheme, brand new truck concept that will debut across 2 stadium tours. Anyway, those are our top 10 picks for the news that came out yesterday on those driver cards. If there's anything that we missed, please let us know in the comments below. If there's anything you're excited by, also let us know. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel. We shall see you again for more in the future. Until then, bye-bye.